Hello everyone. Today I'd like to show you how to solve the questions about the primary 6 Nanhua Primary School, the SA2 paper. Normally when we do a math question, we have 3 things to think about it. First, concept. So for each question, what concept does it refers to? Second, method. So how we can solve this question? The third thing, revise. So later I will use this methodology to solve all the following questions. So let's start. So the first question is to express the number to the nearest hundredth. So let's see the number, which is 759.285. So for this decimal, so this 7 we call hundredths. This one, tenth. This one, ones or units. So after decimal point, so for this one, it is 1/10. And this one is 100th. So here we see that 1 to the nearest hundredth, which is this number. So then we need to omit the numbers after the hundredth. Then we see that for 5, it is greater or equal to than 5. Then for this one, it becomes 9. So the answer is this one. The second question is about two lines where they are parallel to each other. So here, two concepts. One is called parallel. Well, the other one is called perpendicular. So parallel is some line like this. Well, perpendicular is like this, with right angle here. So for the parallel lines, right, they have the same slope. Same slope. And we see here in this one, so how can we decide the slope? For example, take example for the GH, right? This slope, we see that the vertical is 3, horizontal is 3. So this vertical divided by this horizontal, it defines this slope. How about this one? 5. This one also 5. So this slope is 5 divided by 5, which is 1, which is same as 3 divided by 3. So these two have the same slope, which means they're parallel. So AB parallel to GH. Let's see, how about this one, DE? For DE, we see that the height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this one is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this slope is 5 divided by 4, which is different from this slope, which is 3 divided by 3, right? So it means this one has different slope with this one, so they are not parallel. Okay, for the third question, what is matter during? So this is matter. We read the scale. So for this one, it's very important to know that what is the unit? Okay, what we see here is kg. Right? So this is 0, then this is 1. Then we know here is 2, here is 3. Then for this 1 kg, right, it is divided to 10 pieces. So for each small scale, which means 0.1 kg. So then we read this one, we can see that it's 3, 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, which is 3.4 kg. So we see here, this one. Now we also see something with grams. We know that kg, K means kilo, means 1,000. So 3.4 kg means 3 kg and 0.4 kg, which is 400 grams. So this one is also wrong. So the answer for this question is 3. Okay, now let's see the fourth question. Which one of the following the most likely mass of your student's diary 2019? So this one actually, we need to have some basic understanding about the math. For example, we know that for A4 paper, so one page is around 2 grams. If we have 2 eggs, it's around 100 grams. So based on this one, if you can remember roughly like this, right? You know for this diary, maybe 100 pages or less. So it's around 200 grams. So it's not as light as 2 grams or 20 grams, and also not as heavy as 2,000 grams, which is 2 kg. So this one book is around 200 grams. Okay, let's see the fifth question. So for this one, we see that 6 divided by 100. Okay, we know that this one means 0.01, right? So here is 600 plus 6 plus 0.6. And 6 divided by 1,000 is 6/1000th. Right? In the previous question, we said this position is 100th. While this one is 1,000th, means 1/1000. So here you can see the answer is this one. Okay, in the question 6, actually it's a simplified the algebra. So normally when we do this one, we want to combine the numbers together. And we combine the symbol together. So here we can write 12a minus a plus 2a plus here is 8 minus 3. So this one equals to 13a plus 5. So next question, A, B, C, D are points on this square grid. This is each small unit is a one square grid. It says, which point when joined with P and Q forms a obtuse angle triangle? Well, here the concept is obtuse angle triangle. So normally for any triangle, there are 3 types. First one is acute. This is acute angle triangle. It means that all the angles are less than the right angle. Or right angle triangle means at least one angle is the right angle. And the other one is called obtuse angle triangle. So this one, there is one angle which is larger than the right angle. So let's see. So we start from A. We can clearly see that this angle is obtuse angle, which is because this one, we see that for this square grid, right? This one is right angle. So this one is greater than right angle. So this is the obtuse angle. So we can see directly from this one, which is the obtuse angle triangle. How about B? B seems that this one angle is smaller than right angle. This is also, this one also looks like smaller than a right angle. So this is a acute angle triangle. How about C? Similar. And for D we see here, this one actually we see that there is a right angle. So this is a right angle triangle. Okay, let's see question 8. So arrange the following distances from the shortest to the longest. So this one is a very common question. So it's that we need to sort the numbers either from the smallest to largest or from the largest to the smallest. And here he say from the shortest to longest. So let's see. You want to compare the numbers. So here we have 3 numbers. We need to have the same unit. So unit must be same. So here we see is kilometers, and here is meters. So here we either convert this one to the kilometers or convert the previous two to meters. And we see here only one with meters. So let's convert this one. This one we see that it's 0.43 kilometer. Very clear, this is compared to this one. This is 4 and 3/4. So this one actually we can compute is 375. This one equals to 0.75. So 3 and 3/4, which is 4.75. So we see clearly this one is smallest. After that is this one. Then is this one. So the answer is 4. So for this one, question 9, the ratio of the numbers of boys and number of girls to their adult is 6:3:2. What is the ratio of number of adults to the number of children? Well, this question, the concept to examine is about ratio, right? So we see here, boy to girl to the adult, which is 6:3:2, right? So the ratio of the number of adults to the children, which is 2 to the boy and girl, because children is including boy and girl, which is 6 plus 3. So this one is 2 to 9. Also, we can think like this. For example, we assume that adult is 2u. Then the boy would be 6u and girl would be 3u. So number of the adult over children, which is 2u divided by 6u plus 3u. So this is 2 divided 9. Right? Question 10. 20% of a number is 80, right? What is the number? So this one, the number is unknown, right? So he said 20% of this unknown equal to 80. So this one, u equals to 80 divided by 20%. Well, 20% means 1/5. 20% also can write as 20 divided by 100, right? Which is 1/5. So this one, 50 divided by 1/5 equal to 80 times 5 equals to 400. So this is the answer. Okay, this is the way we calculate in the reverse operation. Also, we also can see that you say 20% of number is 80. Well, 20% we know that. So this is 20%. So 20% of number is 80. So we see the whole number is 80 times 5, which is 400. Okay, let's see 11. So which one of the following fractions is nearest to 1/2? Okay, this question is a bit challenge. So what here say nearest. So this nearest means that it can be greater than 1/2 or smaller than 1/2, but need to be close to it. So if there is an axis, right, we have this one, 1/2 here. Then we need to put these numbers on this axis, then see which one is closer to it. What does mean close to it? Means this number and this number, the difference is smallest. Okay, let's see first. So firstly, in order to compare, so we need to use a least common multiple to turn them to the same denominator, right? Same denominator. So here we see that 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Their least common multiple would be, so this one already, 4 already include 2, right? So we remove this one. Okay, then this 4. Then we can calculate. So this one is 420, right? So this one is 20, this one is 21. 21 times 20, which is 420. So this one is 210 divided by 420. So this one, 280. Right? This one, 105, which is 315. So this one, 60. 80. So we see that for this one, we don't have to care about the denominator. So we just have to compare the numerators. So for example, this is 210, and this one is 280. This one is 315, and this one is 180. So definitely this is not our count. Then for these two, then which is closer? We can see that this 210 minus 180, which is 30. And here, 280 minus 210, which is 70. So this one is closer. So the answer is 4. So how, is there any other way we can solve it? Yes, we can. The other way solve it is that we turn the fractions into the decimals. So here, 1/2 is 0.5. 2/3, we divide 2 by 3, 0 point. So this one is 0.66. 3/4, 0.75. 2/5, 0.4. 3/7, 3/7. Is around 0.43. So let's see, for these numbers, which one is closer to this one? Again, draw it. 0.5, 0.66, 0.75, 0.4, and this one is 0.43, right? So these two are not considered. Then for this one, we minus this one, okay, 0.07. Well, for this one, the difference is 0.16. So this is smaller, right? So the answer is same, which is 4. Okay, for question 12, he said the figure below is formed by drawing two quarter circles of radius 7 cm. Find the perimeter. So this one concept here is perimeter, right? Perimeter here, we see that is the outline of the whole shape, right? Then this one, so how we calculate? Well, for this one, you know that these three are equal. Though I think the graphics have some problem here, but consider these three are equal. We see that for this one, you construct this one, this one, this one, this one, and for two quarter circles. So these two quarter circles, right, can be merged to one semicircle. So for a circle, right, the perimeter equals to 2 pi r, right? Then for this semicircle, the perimeter is pi r because it's half, right? So this one equals to pi, we take 22 divided by 7. So this times the radius, which is 7, okay, 22. Then the rest is, this is 7, plus here 7, plus these two half is another 7. So this one, 3/7 is 21. 21 plus 22, which is 43. So this is the answer. Let's see question 13. The John had some sweets. After he gave 8 sweets to Pei-Ling, they had the same number of sweets. How many sweets did John have at first? Let m be the number of sweets Pei-Ling had first. This one is related to some state change, right? Because he did something, gave sweets to Pei-Ling. So let's draw it. So this is before he gave, then this is after. Okay, this is John, then this is Pei-Ling. We know that initially m number of Pei-Ling had first. Pei-Ling had number m, right? We see that after John give 8 to Pei-Ling, right? Then after Pei-Ling will get m plus 8. Well, he said that after John gave 8 sweets to Pei-Ling, they have equal number. So m plus 8 here also. And before the gives the sweets, right? Because he gives 8. So this one is 8 plus 8 plus 8. So before John gave to Pei-Ling, he have n plus 16. So this is very common because we see that after lose 8 to Palin, right? Palin at 8, but for John is less, 8 less. So then we can see that initially John should have 16 more than Palin. Right? So for this one we solve, based on this one we know already, we get this one, right? And we know they are equal after we get this one. Then with this one, we can backward know that for what is the initial number of switches for John have. Okay, let's see question 14. The two figures P and Q are shown in the square grid below. So which statements are true? Okay, the first one is say angle A equal to angle B, right? Okay, for this shape P, right, you see it's very clear. It's a parallelogram, right? Then for this one is a trapezium, and this one is symmetric. And we see clear that for this one, this B equal to this one, right? Equal to this one. And also we see that these two lines are parallel. So this A is 180 degree minus this angle. For B, it's 180 degree minus this angle. And for this angle and this angle are equal. So A and B are equal. This one is correct. Okay, the second one, the perimeter of Q is A units more than the perimeter of figure P. So perimeter actually we can count, right? So for this one, this length is same as this length. This is same as this, right? So then the others, these three, so this is 3, here 3, then count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's correct because 11 minus 3 equal to 8, right? Because the other side, they have the same length. So this is also correct. And here, the area of the Q is 4 times of area of P. Okay, let's calculate. So for the parallelogram, the area can compute as this one times the height, which is 3 times 3. So this one is 9. But for the trapezium, the area can calculate as the top plus the bottom, which is 11, times her height divided by 2, right? So this one equals to 14 times 3 times half, which is 21st. So we see that this one is not 4 times of the P. So this one is wrong. So the answer is A and B. Okay, let's see the question 15. He said a repeated pattern is formed using the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3. The first 19 numbers are shown as below. Okay, the concept for this question is pattern. So what is pattern? Pattern means a sequence which will repeat again and again. Let's see this pattern here. 1, 3, 2, 0, 1, 1, 3, 2. Okay? We see the 3 here, 2 here, right? Okay, then before you have 1 here, we can see that there is some pattern like this. 13201, 13201, right? Here it has 13201. So this is a pattern with, it appears for every 5 numbers, right? So what he asks is, what's the sum of the first 403 numbers? So let's see, if one pattern have 5 numbers, then for the 403 numbers, how many patterns are there? This one equal to 5 times 80 plus 3. So it means that there will be 80 patterns, right? And for the last part, we'll have the first 3 numbers. Okay, we see that there are 80 patterns here. So what we do is that if we want to calculate the sum of the 403 numbers, we calculate for one pattern, which is 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, which is 7. This is sum of one pattern. So how many patterns are here? 80 patterns here. Times 7 plus. This one we see that there are 3 numbers left besides the 80 patterns. So for the first 3 numbers, which is 1 plus 3 plus 2, right? So the answer is 566. So here we finish the booklet A. We come to the booklet B. Okay, the first one is simple, is write the numbers. So what we see here, write 1,204,500 in numerals. So you first mark out millions, thousands here. So we first write the millions is 1 million. Then for the thousand we have 204. Then the rest is 500. So this is the final number, which is 1,204,500. Okay, then for 70, find the value of 10, divide 2000, give number, the answer in decimal. Okay, 10 divided by 2000, which is 1 divided by 200, right? So let's divide. 0 point, cannot divide, right? At 0, still cannot. This one, 100 still cannot divide 200. Another one, 1000 can divide 200. So the answer is 0.005. Okay, for 18, there are 6 shaded squares in the figure. Shade 2 more squares to form a symmetric figure with AB as the line of symmetry. So the concept of this one is called symmetric. And this one, symmetric with a line. Some symmetric might be based on a line, or some are symmetric based on one point. Right? So for this one, if based on the line, right? So on the left, which is mapped to the right. So we see here for all the squares. So this one is white, this is black. So they are not symmetric. So this one I did shade it. This one same, this one same, this one not. It's black and white. Shade it. Here, black, black, white, 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 black, black. So these 2 squares need to be shaded. 19. Express 12.5% as a fraction in the simplest form. Well, for the fraction, there are a number of concepts, right? We need to link them together. For example, the fraction, right? We have the ratio. We have the decimal. Also have the percentage. Right? They are different forms, but they are interchangeable. So here we need to know what does the percentage mean. Percentage means per 100. This 12.5% means 12.5 per 100, means divide 100. So here we want to simplify it, right? We cannot just write this answer, we will get wrong. So how to simplify this one? Okay, what we do is that we see that this one, there's a decimal point here. So we times 10. 1 to 5, this one 1000. Right? So normally for this one, we can remember it is 1/8. Some typical we need to remember, for example, 25 times 4 equals to 100. 1 to 5 times 8 equal to 1000. Right? Otherwise, we also can simplify. For example, we see that both are multiples of 5. Right? We divide 5 with 25. Divide 5, 200. Then it's 5 again. Divide 5 with 5. Divide 5, 40. Divide 5 with 1. 80 divide 5, which is 8. So the answer is 1/8. Right? Then for the question 20, we see the figure shows a row map. Okay, we see here like our rows, right? Cross junctions here. There are row A, B, C, D here. If the Jerry approaches the cross junction X, which is here, in a car from one of the rows, he said he turns his car 90 degrees clockwise onto row B. So, I mean, at the end, he's facing to this one, right? Which row he come from before he turned to the row B? So we see that this one, we need to know what is clockwise. We see the clock here, right? We see the needle, they're going this way. This is called clockwise. Then the other side called counterclockwise. So here, after clockwise, it comes to here. Means that come to in this way. So if we want to do the reverse operation, right, we need to do the counterclockwise 90 degrees. So if we counterclockwise this 90 degrees, right, so the car should face to this direction. Then he turn clockwise 90 degrees, then becomes this way. Then we see that which row does he come from, right? We know that it's row A, because only row A face to this direction, right? "21st. The Tan family drove from Singapore to Malaysia. They left Singapore at 10:45 a.m. and traveled for 2 hours and 25 minutes. What time did they arrive in Malaysia? Gives answer in 24 hours clock. So this concept here is about the time. So here, for the clock, right, we have two ways to express it. One way called 24-hour clock. The other one called 12-hour clock. For example, normally 3 p.m., right? Which is also 50, right? This one is 24 hours. Okay, he left Singapore at 10:45, right? So 10:45. If go with 2 hours, it will become 12:45. There's another 25 minutes. So we see here, if after 15 minutes, it will become 13 p.m. Another 10 minutes becomes 13:10 p.m. Right? So this one need to be very careful because 1 hour have 16 minutes only. It's not 100 minutes. Okay? Same, 1 minute have 16 seconds. Okay, 22. Find the value of 3 divided by 7 gives the answer correct to 2 decimal places. So here it's called rounding to 2 decimal places. So what is decimal places? Well, this is the numbers after the decimal point. Okay, that is not divide 3 by 7. Cannot divide 4, 28, 20, 2, right? 7, 8. So here, for this one, we see that this one have 3 decimal places, but need to have only 2. So this one, we need to remove it. But this one is greater than 5, so the answer is 0.43. Okay, let's see question 23. So which of the following solids is a prism? So it's very clear. This one is called prism, right? But this one is called what? Pyramid. We see that in the Egypt, right? There's this kind of pyramid. Well, this one is a prism. So this one, when we do some experiments, right, we use the light here, right? Then it will spread to different colors, right? The red, orange, yellow, and other colors. This is called prism. Okay, then this one, the nature of the solid below is incorrect. Which triangle A, B, or C does not fit the net of the solid? So this one actually want to break this solid into this net, right? It's very clear that the bottom here is square, which is this one, right? So here we can see that for A is correct because this side can overlap with this one, right? The same for C here. This one can overlap with this one. While for this B, it's clear that this side is much longer than this one, right? So if I pull this to here, this one to here, right, to form the pyramid, right? Then this one cannot overlap with this one. So B does not fit. The answer is B. (24) Complete the cuboid on the isometric grid. Okay, this one actually is simple. We just follow. So this one we see is 2 centimeter, right? See here, 1, 2. Copy here, 2. So this one is 3, right? This direction have 3. 1, 2, 3. Then this one, we see for this one box, right? This one is parallel. Right? parallel here, 1, 2, 3. Here, 1, 2. Right? Then this one we see that it's
finished on revision work and I'm finished packing. I'm gonna finish packing my bag. After I finish packing my bag, I have to leave 20 minutes 跑呀。
你今天已经玩过了。
He asked me just now.
Only 今天。
Because today, just today. Tomorrow I won't pay.
不是 tomorrow, weekday 都可以。
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you see that this one is vertical, right? Which also have 2 centimeter. 2 here, right? This one have 2. This one have 2, right? Then we connect the dots, right? So this is a box, which is a view from the side, right? Actually, this one we also can. The inner side is something like this, right? Okay, change another color, see clear. So this is the inside of the box, right? Okay, then which of the following figures represents the side view of the solid? For this, the group of the solid, we can see from 3 views. From the top, right? From the front, and from the side, okay? So it's very clear if we want to see from the side view, right? The right side is 1, 2, 3. This side is 1, 1. Then it should be this one, right? So this one, what is this one? You can see it's from the top, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1. So this is the top view. This one is front view. So the left side is 2, this side have 3, this one have 1, right? 2, 3, 1. So this is front view. So the answer is C, right? So we must know from different views, right, what will looks like. Okay, for the 25th, Jenny has some milk. He drank 1/5 liter of milk and used ½ liter of the milk to bake cake. After that, she had 2 liters of milk left. How many liters of milk she had first? The trick of this one, right? We need to be very careful. Sometimes he said drank 1/5, whether it's a ratio or it's a number. You must be clear. And sometimes here might be mix of ratio and number. For example, he drank 1/5 of milk and used 1/2 liters of milk. Then you need to be very careful. So this one actually is quite easy because we see that all are numbers. So this 1/5 and 1/2 are all littles. Then after I had 2 left, so we have at first. So have 2 plus 1/2 plus 1/5. This one is 2 plus 0/5, 0.2. So the answer is 2.7. But here, if there's no unit here, then it will be very different. You need to be very careful. So this is a trap here sometimes. 26. Car A traveled 25 kilometers in ½ hour. Car B traveled 150 kilometers in 2 hours. Which car traveled at slower average speed? So here has concept about speed. Well, speed equal to distance divided by time. And this one have 2. distance equal to speed times time. Time equals to distance divided by speed. Right? So now we want to compare which speed is slower. So for car A, speed equal to 25 divided by the time. So this one is 90. B, 150 divided by 2, which is 75. So B is slower. The average number of stickers Henry collected in 5 days is 8. The table below shows the number of stickers Henry collected in 5 days. How many stickers did he collect on Wednesday? Okay, here the main concept is about the average, right? So what does average mean? Average means total divided by the numbers, right? For example, I have 3 scores, right? In total, I have 15 scores. Then the average would be the 15 score divided by 3, which is 5 score, right? Now here, for this one, we can derive what is total. Well, total equals to average times number, right? So here we see that for 5 days, if the average is 8, then the total is 8 times 5, which is 40. So here, the number of stickers have on Wednesday, we can calculate 40 minus 5 minus 12 minus 10, right? Which is 13. So we must know the concept first, right? So if you know that average is total divided by number, and total equal to average times number, then this one is very clear. Okay, 28. In the figure below, ABEF is a rhombus and ABC is a triangle. It gives us the numbers are here. Then check which statement is true, false, or not possible to tell. Okay, let's see this shape first. We see that this ABEF rhombus. What does rhombus mean? Rhombus means that these 4 are same length, which means that this angle equal to this angle, equal to this angle, equal to this angle. So here, the same one is AB is an isosceles triangle. We see ABE. So we see that it's correct. Then you say ABC is isosceles triangle. ABC. Is it true? So from this shape, we can only see that only if, right, this AB equal to BC, then it can become an isosceles triangle, right? But is this one equal to this one? Okay, let's see. So we know that AB equal to BE, right? Okay, the second statement is ABC is an isosceles triangle. So to prove that a triangle is an isosceles triangle, one way is that if we know that AB equal to BC, otherwise we want to know angle here equals to angle here, right? So then we calculate. For example, this angle, right? We know that For the rhombus, this These 1, 2, 3, 4 are same angle. So it's 55. So this one is 55. So this one is 35. Then how about this one? Well, this one we see that this is 105, right? So this angle is opposite angle. So it's also 105. So this angle equal to 180 minus 43 minus 105. Equals to, so this one is 137 minus 105. This one equals to 32 degrees, but this one is 35 degrees. So this one not equal to this one. So ABC is not an isosceles triangle. The 29th. Joshua had a rectangle block of wood. So this one is 8 cm by 4 cm by 3 cm. He painted all the faces of the block. He cut the block into 1 cm cubes. How many of the cubes did not have any of the faces painted? Okay, then this is a very common problem. So want to cut it, right? Here, 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 here. So with this one, so when we cut into 1 cm cubes, right? So for the painted, there are several situations. First one, only one side painted, right? So we can see on top, right, is somewhere in the middle, right? Here in the middle, right? And this side. So for the 6th side, right, in the middle, which is one side painted. The second one, 2 sides painted. So this one it happened as a not in the side, but along the lines here, right? For this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, right? Second one, 3 sides painted. This will happen as the corners, right? For each corner here, here, 4 here, and 4 at this side. So for each cube, right, you'll paint on 3 sides, right? This side, front side, and this side, 3 sides. And the last means that did not have any side painted, non-painted. It means all the cubes which inside this rectangle block. So we consider we chop the first layer, bottom layer, right? Chop the front, chop the back, chop the 2 sides. So this one, how many? So if this one 8, right? I chop 2 sides, which is only 6 times. For 4, right? Chop 2 sides. 6 minus 2 is 2. 3, right? Chop top and bottom, which is minus 2, which is 1. So in total, inside there will be 12. Right? So you also can calculate, for example, this one. If I want to calculate 1 side painted, there are how many? Right? 2 sides, how many? And 3 sides, how many? then you will be familiar with this kind of question. Okay, for question 30. The figure is formed by overlapping two semicircles of radius 7 cm. The overlapped area is 60 centimeters. Find the area of the figure. Here, find the area of the figure means the total figure, right? So for this figure, right, we want to do two ways, right? One way is that we can see that which is equal to a semicircle plus this one, right? And this one is equal to a semicircle minus the shaded, right? So one semicircle is, the area is half of the pi r square. So equal to 22 divided by 7 times 7 square, right? 11. So the area for semicircle is 77. So the total area is 77 plus 77 minus this shaded area, right? Equal to 77 plus 17, 94. The other method, you see that, so this area and this area, they overlap with this one. So the whole area, which is equal to 2 semicircle minus the shaded, right? 2 semicircle, which is 1 circle, which is pi r squared, which is 77 times 2, right? So, and here we see this shape. If we times 2, there's the overlap of this part. Then we remove one overlap, which is 60. So this one we calculate, it's 94 also. Right? So this is the second method, which can help you to revise whether you answer the question right or wrong. Okay, let's come to the paper 2. Question 1. The pie chart shows below shows the different ways of 180 students to go to school. How many students go to school by car? So here, normally we use a pie chart to show the ratio, right? Then in total, which is 100, means 1, right? So here we see the bus is 40%. And this is car, this is walk, right? This is MRT. So here we see he gives the right angle here. Right angle means what? 90 degrees. So for a circle, which is in total is 380 degrees. So for the walk, is 1/4, right? So want to calculate how many take by cars, right? So we want to find the ratio of the car first. So the ratio is 1 minus 40%, which is 0.4, right? 0.4 minus walk, which is 1/4, right? With 0.25, right? Then minus MRT, 1/10, which is 0.1, right? This one is 0.6 minus 0.1 is 0.5. 0.5 minus 0.25, the answer is 0.25, which is similar to this one. So here, the car, the student number would be 120 times 0.25, which is 1/4. So the answer is 30. Okay, the second question. Janice mixed 750 ml of orange squash with 2,250 ml of water to make orange juice. She poured the orange juice into some identical bottles. The capacity of each bottle is 800. What was the least number of bottles used to contain all the orange juice? Okay, let's see. This one is that we need to calculate the total amount first. So first, if you mix 750 with 2250, right, which is 3,000 ml of the orange juice, right? Then he will split 3,000 into each bottle have the 800. 3,000, if we divide by 800 equals to 3, right? 300, this one. So the answer is 3 remainder, right? Remainder with 600. It means what? It means that if I pour the orange juice to 3 bottles, right, I still left 600 ml. So this one I need another bottle to contain it. So what is the least number? This number is 3 plus 1, which is 4. Mr. Lim is 35 years old now. Her son is 8 years younger than her. What is the sum of the age 2 years ago? Express your answer in terms of n. So we see if Miss Yang is 35 years old, then his son, right? So for example, this is Miss Lim, this is son, m years younger, so 35 minus m, right? Then we see what is sum of the ages 2 years ago. For 2 years ago, Miss Lim is 33. This one is 33 minus m. So the total is 33 plus 33 minus m equal to 66 minus m, right? So for the age, we need to remember, for example, the parent and the children, the age difference never changed. Whenever you are young, right, your parent is, for example, is 20 years older than you, but when you're old, right, your parent is still 20 years older than you. This one is not changed. Question 6. So the table shows the charges for booking badminton court at community center. We see here, at different time, right, you will have different charge. It's very common because normally after 6 hours is a busy hour, right? So the price will be higher. So you see Benny booked the badminton court from 4 to 8. How much did he pay? So we see that from 4 to 8, you are across these 2 time slots. So we need to separate this one to 4 to 6 and 6 to 8, right? So 4 to 6 is this price and 6 to 8 is this price, right? So per hour, so 2 hours with 3.5 and 2 hours with 7.2. So this equals 7 plus 4 is 21.4. So the total is 21.4. Question 5. Mr. Tan pinned a piece of cloth on the class notice board using some pins. The figures shows part of the notice board. Pins are placed unequally distance on the perimeter. The distance between every 2 pins is 10 cm. Pins are placed at the 4 corners of the notice board. How many pins are used? So this concept mainly is about how many pins and how many intervals. So we see here, for example, 3 pins, right? 3 pins. You will have 2 intervals. So if I know number of pins, then I can get number of intervals. And also if I know number of intervals, I will also know the number of pins. The tricky part here, right? If we only consider this side, we don't care about the other 3 sides, right? So we see that if 320 divided by 10 cm, there will be 32 intervals, right? This one will be 32 intervals. 10 cm, one interval, another interval, another interval, 32 in total. So how many pins? 32 plus 1 equal to 33, right? Then we consider this side. 80 divided by 10 equal to 8. 8 plus 1 equal to 9. So on this side, there will be 9 pins. Then in the total, how many? 33 plus this side, 33 plus 9 plus 9, which equal to 66 plus 18 equal to 84. Is this correct? No. It's because if we count from this side, right, or from this side, we double count a pin at the corner. Because he said pins are placed at 4 corners of the notice board. Here, what he means that only 1 pin at the corner. So here, double count 1 time, the same as the other 3 corners. So here, 84 need to minus the double counted 4, which is 80. Right? So another way we can see that. How about for each side, right? We only count the start. We don't count the end pin, right? Means that, for example, this here has 32 intervals. Then it have 32 pins, which is start of the interval, right? Then this side have 8, which is start of the interval. We don't count the last one, because the last one will count from this side, same as this one. So we can calculate 32 plus 32 plus 8 plus 8 will equal to 40 plus 40 equal to 80. So this is the answer. So the trap here is a double count. So question 6. The usual price of a dining table was 950. During the great sale, the price becomes reduced by 20%. Jane bought the dining table during the sale. She also paid additional 7% GST on the discount price. How much did he pay for the table? So here is very straightforward. 950 times 1 minus 20% discount. Then for the GST, it's 1 plus 7%. So it's 950 times 0.8 times 1.07, which equals to 813.20. So this is the answer. So don't forget about the unit you need to put here. So for question 7, so in the figure below, ABFG is a square. So this is 5, then this is 5 cm. CDF is a rectangle, and DEG is a triangle. So this is 5 cm, CD is 7 cm, and this one is 4 cm. So what is the area of shaded part? Okay, for the shaded area, when we calculate, right, we normally have different ways. One way is that we can see if we can separate them, right? For example, we can separate to this shape and this shape, right? The other way is that we we think about in other form, right? We don't calculate them directly. For number A, we see that this shaded, which is same as the total area minus this triangle. So this is much easier, right? So here is, if the total area of the rectangle and the square is 5 times 5 plus 4 times 7 minus this triangle, right? The triangle is 7 times 4 plus 5 with 9 times half, right? 25 plus 28 minus 31.5, right? So this one is 53 minus 31.5, which is 21.5, right? The unit cm square, right? Otherwise, if we want to add this part and this part, which will be much complicated. For example, you need to calculate this part and this part, right? It's not that easy, though you can do it, right? For example, this is 5, 4, right? You can calculate it. So because this is 4, this is 5, right? The ratio is 4 over 5. So this one is 4 over 5. So you can calculate, this total is 7, right? So this one is 7 times 4 divided by 9, right? Also can calculate, but it's not a good way. So for the 8th question, Tom and Jerry start jogging from the same start point. Then in a 4 km track around the park. They start at the same time but in opposite direction. So one goes this way, one goes this way. Right? Both of them did not change their speed throughout. This means they use a constant speed. So Jerry jogged at a slower speed than Tom. After 20 minutes, Tom jogged 3,200 meters. Jerry was 2,000 meters away from him. What was their speed? For this question, right, actually is the travel problem, right? We know that the distance equals to speed times time, right? And here, for this one, when they drop in the different direction, opposite direction, we can split them. We can split them into a. So for this 4 km, the track, right? We consider them, for example, Tom and Jerry, they travel face to each other, right? With this one pull this side, this pull this side. You can see like this way. So for here, we see that after 20 minutes, Tom dropped 3,000. Tom is here, 3,200 meters. Jerry was 2,000 meters away from him. From here, we know that for the Jerry, right, it cannot be still at this side because here only have 800. So here, Jerry was 2,000 meters away. Jerry is here, 2,000. Right? Here, Jerry is arrived here. This is Tom. So he asked, what was Jerry's jogging speed? So here we see that for the same time, Tom traveled 3,200. How about Jerry? Well, Jerry traveled here, only have 800. This one 2,800. right? So here we see that we want to calculate Jerry's speed, right? Speed equals to what he traveled is 2,800 divided by the time, which is 20 minutes. So this one equals to 140. So the unit is a meter per minute. So the answer is 140 meters per minute. Question 9. Jie has a square piece. So this is a square, okay, of paper made 2 folds from the corner to the diagonal line as shown below. Find angle X and angle Y. So here we can see that after you fold it, then fold here from here, right? You fold here from here. This one is 45 degrees. Then this angle is original this angle, right? So which is 90 degrees. So as we know that for a straight line, this is 180. So X equals 180 minus 45 minus 90, which is 45 degrees. But for this side, right, if one folds this one, this line to this line, right? So this angle will be same as this angle, right? We know that for this right triangle as this square, so this is 45 degrees. Then for the half, right, half is 45 times 2 divided by 2, which is 22.5 degrees. Then this y equals to, because this is right, this angle is same as this one, right angle, right? So go to 90 minus 22.5, which is 67.5 degrees. So one is 45 degrees, one is 67.5 degrees. Question 7. Question 10. Question 10. Janice bought some cakes and muffins at the price shown below. So for different, they have different price, right? Cakes 2 for 9, muffins 3 for 8. She bought an equal number of cakes and muffins, equal number, okay? She spent 55 more cakes than muffins. Then ask, how many cakes and muffins does she buy altogether? So we consider, for example, if I buy U cakes, right? So because he buys the equal number, you will buy U muffins, right? Then we need something to form an equation, right? What's the equation? He says spend 55 more on cakes than muffins. So how much is spent for cakes? Well, U cake, right, times for each cake, which is $9 divided by 2. Then this one minus for muffins, U muffin, right, times for each muffin, which is 8 divided by 3, right? This is total price for the muffin. So this one equals to 55, right? So this one U times, so this one is 6 over 27 minus 6 equal to 55, which U times 45, right? So U equals to 55 divided by 11/6, right? Which is reverse, times 11/6. 5, 6, 30. So U is 30. So what did she buy altogether? 30 times 2. right? In total is 30 cakes and 30 muffins, so which is 60. Okay, let's see. Question 11. Amy spends 2,400 each month. Her spending each month is represented with this bar graph as below. The bars from the amount spent on rent and transport are not being joined. So this one is unknown, right? So this one is mainly teach us how we can read from the chart, right? So this bar chart, we can see for each category, for example, the food, we can see the number is how much, right? 675, right? This one, shopping is how much? Oh, it's 600. Transport is how much? Then rent how much, right? So he say, the first question, what percentage of her spent over shopping? Okay, let's see this problem. So for A, we can see that this is, the shopping is 600, right? 600 divided by total 2,400. So this is 1/4, which is 25%. So we cannot write the fraction because what it asks is a percentage. Percentage means percent, right? So for B, we need to calculate the fraction of spent on the food. So here 600, 800. So this one is 700. So this is 750. So the fraction is 750, 2,400, right? So want to simplify, so divide by 10, 75, 140. Then we divide 25, right? This is 3. If divide, oh no. Here we divide by 5, right? 1/5. 5 is 48. Then we can divide by 3, which is 5. This is 16, right? This is the simplest form. Yeah. Now here, Amy spends some money on rent, then shopping. Okay, so it means more than 600, right? She spends the most amount of money on food. Okay, so the amount should be less than the food, which is 750. Write down one possible set value for the amount of money you spend on rent and transport. The value can only divide by a multiple of 10, right? So here, so for the rent here, firstly it's greater than 600, but it's less than the food, which is 750. So a possible, for example, here for the rent, right? If we have 610, right? You can draw here 600. Yeah, we have 610 here. Then we can calculate the transport. So which is 2,400 minus rent minus the shopping minus the food, right? This one we can have 440, right? This is one possible. Anyway, we also can have more rent. For example, 620, you can have another value, right? Okay, question 12. Miss Lee is a salesman. He has 300 bottles shampoo. The line graph shows number of bottles shampoo left unsold at the end of each month. So it's very important when you see the graph here, right? You need to clear what does this number means. So this means that at end of the month, how many shampoo left? So here we see that start of sale. So at March here means by end of March, he will have this number of shampoos, right? Then April is this one, then May is this one, right? So, firstly, at which month was the most number of bottles of shampoo sold? So this one we need to calculate. For example, in March, right? So how many he sold? So this is 300 minus, here is 240, right? Which is 60, right? April, for April is 240 minus 190, right? Which is 50. May, here is, you see, 1, 2, 3, right? Is 190 minus 160 is 30, right? And here, June, 160 minus here is 90, 70, right? And last one, July, which is, here is 90 minus, here is 30, right? So 60. So this one, for the June, is and also we can see clear that for each month, right, this one is very steep, right? The slope is steep, right? So this one is June. Then what was the percentage decrease the number of bottles sold in May compared to April? So we see here May is 60, right? Compared to May is 30. Right? This is March. So what was the percentage of decrease the number of bottles sold in May compared to April? Compared to April. April is 50, right? So this percentage means decrease, then divide by, which compared to April. So decrease, so for May to April with 30 to 20 to 50, right? Decrease 20, divide by, for the April we sold 50. So this one want the percentage decrease. So this one is 40%, right? So we must be sure when you divide something, right, you divide the right thing, okay? So decrease here is 20, and you divide, because you compare to April, so April is 50, so use the decrease, divide by the April, so which is 40%. Okay, let's see the question 13. At a concert, 11,500 was collected from the sale of tickets. The amount collected from the sale of children tickets, 3,500 more than sales of adult tickets. So we see that there are two types, one is child, one is adult. Okay. First one, how much was collected from the sales of adult? Okay, this is very, very interesting. We see that, firstly, that the total equals to 11500, right? And say collect from the sales of ticket, child is more than adult. The child minus adult equal to 3,500. So normally with this type, right, if you know the sum and the difference, right, the large number equals to sum plus the difference divided by 2. You see, if this side, right, if we plus, this one will removed and have 2c here equal to this, the sum. So 1c equal to the sum divided by 2, right? So, and for the children, the smaller number, the adult number, smaller number, which is the sum minus the difference divided by 2, right? So this one is 15,000, right? Divided to 7,500. This one is 8,000 divided by 2. So this is 4,000, right? Can calculate this one. Then he said the ratio of number of adults to number of children is 1 to 3. The cost is 30 more than the cost of children ticket. How many adult ticket was sold? We see here the total amount for adult and children are here already. He said how many adult tickets were sold. We assume that you adult, right? You adult. The ratio of number of adult. He said number of adult to the number of children 1 to 3, right? Then you here, children would be 3u, right? Then we want to formula equation. So what's the equation from? If the cost of the adult ticket is 30 more than cost of child. So what is the cost of adult ticket? Well, adult ticket, which is 4,000 divided by number of u, right? So this one minus 7,500 divided by 3 of students, children. So this one, this is a single ticket price for the adult. This is single price for the child price. So this one equals to 30, right? So here we can solve this one. So for each term, we times 3u. So this one is 3 times 4,000 minus 3u cross. Then you have 5,000 equal to 3u, then it's 90u, right? So here 90u equals to 18,000 minus this one, right? So it's 4,500. So this one we can get u equal to 4,500 divided by 90u. This one is 50. So the answer is 50. So the tricky here is that from the question, right, we need to formulate equation. So this one is very important. As long as we can formulate the question here, equation here, then we just solve the unknown variable, right? So we just assume the unknown, this one for adult is u. Then we get the children is 3u. Then we based on the price difference is 30, right? We formulate this equation. Then we solve this equation. Then we can get the u, right? Very simple. So for the 14, right, actually it's geometry. So in the figure below, ABCD is a parallelogram. So parallelogram means that this one parallel to this one parallel to this one. So have some property, for example, the angles in the opposite, right, they are equal. This one equals this one. This one equals this one. And because they are parallel, this one equal to this one, right? Okay, so now I want to find DBO. So A, want to find DBO. Where is DBO? DBO. Okay, we see that it's within the circle. Okay, within the circle, OD equal to OB. Right? So this is 25. This is also 25. Right? So DBO is 25. OBC, right? So for OBC, right, we can see that this angle, this is 25, this is 25. Then we know that this angle is 50. Okay. Normally, what we see here, for example, this one is a straight line. This is a triangle. So this angle, C, right? C is equal to A plus B. Why? Because A plus B plus this angle equal to 180. And this angle plus C also 180. So this angle equal to these two angles. Right? So here we see there's 25, 25, then this one is 50. Then this angle, right? We see the OBC, right, is 180 minus 50 divided by 2, right? Which is 130 divided by 2, which is 65. Right? Then for the DAB, as we just see that ABCD is a paragram. Paragram means what? This angle equal to this angle. So this angle are same. So it's 65 degrees. Right? So we must, for the geometry, right, we must be familiar for each shape, right? What are the characteristics? So which are parallel, which angles are same, right? This angle same. For the circle, right? This one equal to this one, so these two angles are same, right? If we are clear with these things, then we can solve them very easily. Okay, question 15. The participants of a competition are divided equally into two groups, A and B, right? Group A, there are 30 more boys than girls. In group B, there are 18 more girls than boys. Then he say 3/7 of all the participants are girls. Then how many participants are boys? So we know that there are two groups, right? There's group A and group B. So the number are same, right? So it includes boys and girls, boys and girls. So here it say within A, right? Boys is 30 more than girls, and B, girls is 18 more than boys, right? So they ask how many participants are boys. So here, if we see that if we want to know how many participants are boys, we consider boys are U. Then we know that girl, how many? He say 3/7 of all participants are girls, right? If boys, okay, maybe easier way, we set this one 3/7 are girls, then boys we say 4U, then girl would be 3U, right? Then in total there are 7U, right? In 7U, then group A would have the 3.5U. Then group B also have 3.5U. Then we see where is our equation? Okay. He say in group A, there are 30 more boys than girls. So let's see. Then how many boys will be in the group A? So we see that group A total is 3.5U, right? So boys 30 more than girls, right? So 35U, if I plus 30, right, divide by 2. This is in group A, the boys, right? Then for the group B, right? Group B also 3.5U. But here have 18 girls more than boys, right? If I remove 18, right, will be 2 times the boys, divided by 2. This is the number of boys. So here in total we have 4U boys, right? Then we remove 2 here. So we have 3.5U plus 30 plus 3.5U minus 18 equals to 8U. So here I have the 7U minus plus 12 equal to 8U, right? U equals to 12. Then we see that how many participants are boys? Well, boys, we set 4U as start. So 4U equals to 4 times 12 equal to 48. Right? So this is the answer. So here also, what we want to do is that we need to find the equation, right? Find equation. We assume first, we make some assumption first. For example, boys, right? If we assume it's you, but we find that it says 3/7 of all participants are girls, then maybe for boys it's 4/7. 4/7 maybe we just make 4U for the ease of calculation. If 4U, then girls 3U, right? Then in total would be 7U or 7U. Then he say equally divide equally to 2 groups. Then for each group is 3.5U. This one also 3.5U, right? Then for each one, he says, okay, for group A, there are 30 more boys than girls. Then we can calculate how many boys there, right? Because boys are more than girls, so we plus 30 divided by 2 is number of boys. Then for group B, right, girls more, we minus 18 divided by 2, which is number of boys. Then these 2 boys sum up, which is 4U at last, right? Then we calculate, then U is 12. Then we see the 4U is 48. Right? We also can formulate the equation if you use girls, right? For example, if we use girls, for example, within group 1, right, 35U minus 30 divided by 2, right, plus 35.U. In the group B, there are 18 more girls. We need to minus 18, plus 18 divided by 2. This is the girls in the group B. In total, how many girls? There are 3U. Right? So the same, 7U minus 12 equal to 2 times is 6U. U equals to 12. It's similar, U equals 12. Then we calculate 4U is 48. So then the girl in total is 36, right? Okay, question 16. The figure below shows 2 containers. This is A and this is B. So container A is rectangular and contains 54 liters of water. Container B is cubical. Cubical means what? Means these 3 sides are same length, 30, right? 30, 30, 30. Cubical and empty at first. So find the height of water in container A. So this one is, the concept here is about volume, right? So volume here, volume equal to what? The area here times the height. So here, the height equal to the volume, which is 54 liters divided by the base area, which is 180 cm square. So 1 liter means 1,000 cm cube, right? 100. So let's divide. So this is 3, so equal to 30. So this is 30 centimeters, right? So this is the formula we need to remember. Then you say A is turned on. This opens this tap, so allows water to flow from A into B at a rate of 3 liters per minute. How long will it take for the height of the water level in both containers be same? Oh, this is tricky. So this could be what? Could be the equation. Consider, for example, we want to let it flow for U minutes. Then we formulate an equation which says the height are same, right? So for container A, what is the height? Well, height is equal to original volume minus, here is 3 liters per minute, right? 3,000 U, right? How many minutes? This one divided by 1,800. This is the left height. Then how about this one? This one, how many flow in? Okay, same, 3,000 unit, right? Because every minute there are 3,000 cm cube times U. This is the volume here. Then for this one, the area here is computed as 30 times 30, which is 900, right? This is the equation about the height are same, right? So for this one, we both sides times 1,800. Remove it. This one times 2. So 5,000, 3,000 U equals to 6,000 U, right? So move this side. We have 9,000 U equals to 54000. So U equals 6. So this is a 6 minute. So after 6 minutes, it will drop. It will keep on dropping. Here is keep on growing, right? After 6 minutes, then calculate. And also we can calculate what is the height for this one and for this one, right? So here we can see if U is 6, right? So 3,000 times 6 divided by 900. So 100, this one, 30 divided by 3 is 10, 3, 2. So the height is 20 centimeter. Right? So after 6 minutes, this one grows 20 centimeter. This one drops 10 centimeter, right? It becomes 20 centimeter, which are equal for these two containers. So here come to the last question about this paper. Okay, this is, as we see here, it's about pattern, right? So in the figures below, the shaded and unshaded dots follow a pattern. We see here one dot here. The second level is black. Third level is white. Fourth level is what? This is black, then white again, then black, white. So study the above figure and complete the table. We see that figure number 1 is 1, 0, 1, right? 2 is 1, 2 black, and 3 in total, right? This one, this one, this one. So study, then we figure out for 6. 6 HC is very, how to say, it's very straightforward, right? We see that this one is 1, 1, right? Then for these two, right? For these two, the total number of unshaded dots are same, right? This part and this part, right? So it is 4, 4. Then this one is 9, 9, right? So this one is 9 here. And for the shaded, what we see, what's the pattern here? We see here, it only appears in figure 2, right? So 2, 2, 2, 2, right? These two are same, right? Then these two shaded are same, right? So you see these two are same, Then the third one would be 2 plus 4 plus 6, right? 2 plus 4 plus 6, which is 12. Then total is 9 plus 12, which is 21, right? Then here B, what is the total number of dots in the figure 50? So we here actually we can see quite clear for the total dots, right? It's very, how to say, it's very straightforward. For example, for 2 is 1 plus 2. For figure 3 is 1 plus 2 plus 3. For figure 4 is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. So for figure 5 is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2, 4 plus 5, right? So for any figure, for figure n, so this total number would be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dot 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 until 9, right? So this one you see, for example, for figure 5, right? If for figure 5, total number is 1 plus 3 until 5. So this one is, how to say, is about the Gauss, right? Gauss, the equation. So how we solve it, how we find it, how we solve this one. Well, this one is 1. We see that 1 plus this one, and 2 plus n minus 1, which is also 1 plus n, right? So this one, first one plus the last one times total number of count, right? This is from 1 to n, that total n number, then divide by 2. This is how to calculate this one, okay? So here, for figure 50, right, we can calculate 1 plus 50 times 50 divided by 2, right? So the answer is 51 times 25. So this one equals to 1275. So this is the answer. So for this one is something you need to remember, okay? How to calculate this kind of pattern. Want to sum up, right? Normally is first one plus last one divided by 2 times the amount, count, number. How many numbers? This means, because this one, you see, for example, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So 1 plus 6, 5, right, equal to 6, right? So means that is the mean value of this one. These two are 3. These two are mean value also 3, right? So 1 plus 5, you can convert to 3 plus 3, right? 2 plus 4, also you can convert to 3 plus 3, and 3. So here there are 5 numbers. So this average is 3 times 5. So the total amount is 15, right? Another example, for example, is 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9. So this one, right, you can 1 plus 9 divided by 2 times, there are 5 numbers, 5. So this is 25, right? And here, critical part is you need to know how to calculate how many numbers here, right? So this one also easy. Normally I'm not sure whether you have still remember number of pins and number of intervals, that one, right? So this one you can calculate this number, how use the last minus first divide by the interval plus 1. What does this mean? Well, for this one, for example, you 9 minus 1, so the total length is 8. Then for each, from 1 to 3, 3 to 5, right, we consider it's an interval. So each interval is 2, right? So if I use 9 minus 1 is total distance divided by 2, means there are 4 gaps, 4 intervals. Then how many numbers? Each number we consider as a pin, plus 1. 5 numbers, right? Count here. Okay, so it just extends to this one. So when we see other forms of the Gauss, the formula, then how we calculate the sum, right? Okay, that's the end of this paper. If you have any question, just can leave your comments. Okay, bye-bye.